Most people think being single is either depressing or complete freedom, and yet no one really seems to talk about the inherent problems. Why do so many people feel ashamed or behind just because they're single? Why do people rush into bad relationships out of loneliness or pressure? No one really talks about these things because it's a touchy subject, but as a single young adult myself, I actually enjoy talking about these things, so let's do it. Being single can feel isolating. You might be surrounded by couples or friends that just recently started dating, and because of that, it is so very easy to feel like you are falling behind in this imaginary race. I would say most of the time I don't feel lonely. In the middle of how busy life gets, my mind is always rushing from one activity to the other. However, I am human, and at certain occasions, loneliness does arrive. After an entire week of hard work, I definitely miss the external recognition that a partner would give me. Sometimes it can even feel pointless to work so hard in our lives when we don't have anyone else to share our success with. Ultimately, I do believe that the peak of happiness we can reach is in a strong, healthy, and fulfilling relationship. However, I think it's important to not make the mistake of assuming that every relationship out there is like this. A lot of people nowadays couple up, not because they want to be together, but because they don't want to be alone. I like to call it the burden of being single. It affects the way you show yourself to the outer world. It affects the way people interact with you, and even the mental image they have of you. Because being in a relationship is the ultimate badge of self-worth that you can show to the outer world. Look at this. Someone thinks that I am worthy of love. Someone thinks that I am good enough. So when you don't have this external approval, it becomes very easy to spiral into your own thoughts and think that you are simply not good enough. And it's easy to think that there is something wrong with you, that the reason you can't find a partner is because you are incompatible with everyone else. Obviously, this is completely ludicrous. However, loneliness will find a way of making you believe these things. The burden of being single doesn't just come from our expectations of ourselves, it also comes from the expectations of our social circles. You can call it whatever you want, whether it is peer pressure or the expectations from society. The fact of the matter is, as long as you are single, people always keep asking, how's the dating life? And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with society for asking this. At the end of the day, people are simply curious about how your life is going. However, I can't help but feel like someone's sticking your finger on an open wound. Because of all of these reasons I just mentioned, I believe a lot of people are getting into relationships purely out of loneliness or purely because they don't want to fall behind in life. So how do we fix this? I would say the power is in not allowing one area of unhappiness to lay dark clouds over everything else in your life. Once again, you may feel like there is something wrong with you as you look at the people around you and you see everyone finding the happiness that you so deeply crave for. The truth is that luck plays a major role in our lives. Coming from someone who is a control freak and who likes to take accountability for everything that happens in his life, even I must admit that certain things don't purely depend on us, because luck is a mix between opportunity and preparation. You can't control when it is that the opportunity of meeting the right person will show up. What you can control is that you will be the best version of yourself at all times, so that when luck comes around and it lays an opportunity for you, you'll have the preparation to capitalize on it. If I could leave you with a small sentence of wisdom, I would say that you should remind yourself that not everything in life is smooth sailing. Okay, sometimes pain and failure in the present is what gives you happiness in the future. You never know what the future holds. You never know what's in the cards for what's about to come up. So take everything with a grain of salt, and don't piss yourself for not having a partner around you or not having someone to share your successes with, because you have a lot of other things in your life that you can be grateful for. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that I was able to capture what you feel and the major pain points of being single nowadays. And hopefully I've made you feel somewhat better. Okay? Subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you in the next one.